Howdy, everyone, and welcome to PDN's Convo with the Candidates. I'm Nestor Licante, your host, and joining us for this segment is Rich Arroyo and John McDonald III. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we did a coin toss to who's going to start, and Rich, you won, so please introduce yourself. You got about a minute to introduce yourself. Tell the people of Agana Heights who don't know you right yet, maybe what you're all about.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nestor, and Pacific Day News for this opportunity for this format. My name is Richard Arroyo. My dad is Raymond Untalan Arroyo. My mother is Catherine O'Brien Arroyo. My wife is Hannah Gutierrez Arroyo. Her family is the Gutierrez clan from Agana Heights for many generations. I'm married to the family. Probably the best gift and best wish I probably had. We have 3 wonderful kids that we raised, Seth, Liam, and Amelia. We've been married almost 20 years already. I married into a political family with the Torres and Gutierrez roots of Agana Heights. They go many generations back, and also many generations of politics and of public service for the most part. And that is my father-in-law, Governor Carl Gutierrez, and First Lady Jerry Gutierrez. And with this family that when I married into them, I knew what I was going to be married into. And my heart's always been to always help people. My mother always, told me, this is what you're going to do when you see people. We kiss people down the line, back in rosaries and parties. And then I was like a kid, I would go back and say, Mother, Mom, who did I just kiss? This boy, that's your auntie. But that's just the culture that we have in our family. And being married into my wife's family now really grew a sense of seeing my father-in-law, Carl Gutierrez, and my mother-in-law, Jerry Gutierrez, really on the public service side, that why I wanted to be in public service. And I have the heart for public service. I've seen all walks of life. And then after that, to the next level, we're working for the government of Guam, for the governor of Guam, to our sitting governor, Governor Lou Longuero, and Lieutenant Governor Joshua Tenoro, in a constituent position also to help people. Even in the darkest times during the COVID time, I was a bereavement liaison. Yeah. So it was really tough. And then real quick, Nestor, I just want to let you know that after that, the administration entrusted me to be a cabinet member and to be a deputy director of land management, to be part of the cabinet, to make changes in the land. And now that I'm here and our mayor now, Mayor McDonald, asked me, please, Rich, I want you to run for office.
Yeah, let me cut you short because we got a lot of,
of course.
Not enough time. Give
Thank you, Nestor.
John a chance to introduce yourself for those who may not know you from the village and from the island.
Hopefully, I'm John McDonald III. I'm born and raised in Agana Heights. My grandparents are Charles Henry McDonald and Lucia McDonald. She's the matriarch of our own family. My mom and dad is Teresita C. McDonald and John Francis McDonald II. I have 5 kids. I've been around the village. I've been with the community. And I worked with Guam Homeland Security as a civil defense officer. I worked with the public, and now I'm trying to serve with my village. I've been around the field forever. Yeah. What made me run is 8 years ago, I told my Uncle Paul when he got sick that I'm ready before my dad passed away. And I think I'm ready for a change. We need a change in our village. We need to let the community know what I'm going to change there. There's a lot of things that I got to do that, my Uncle Paul didn't do it 8 years ago because he got sick from, dialysis. So there's a lot of changes in our village that we need to make.
Okay, let me start with you. We're going to go over some of the top issues that you think the village is facing. And John, what is your top challenge that you think the Agana Heights is facing, and how would you address it?
Well, my top 3 is first, transparency is the biggest thing in our village. Right now, we don't have transparency. The next is the Manomkos. The Manomko's been abused for a long time. Haven't had a bingo there. We haven't had, the senior centers has been open. The next is the youth. We used to have so many teams in our village. We don't even have one. There's even more, but those are one of the top threes
Okay.
of our own bill.
Let's start taking one at a time. Let's start with your first one. You said transparency
Transparent.
is an issue. How would you address the transparency problem?
Well, I'm going to represent it like, what do you call that? You know, our newsletters. Put everything we do in our newsletters. You know, what we do. Because right now, there's nothing. We don't even have newsletters right now. We need to bring that back. You know, even with our own street lights and our roads, they've been promising we're going to fix it, and nothing has happened. So that's what I'm going to be bringing back.
Okay.
You know.
Transparency. All right. Let me turn to you, Rich. What is your top issue that you think is facing the village of Agana Heights, and how would you address it?
Sure. My top three right now, one is neighborhood watch program, crime. We know that crime is on the rise island-wide in every village. And I have a three-prong approach to that. And it's lights, camera, action. And there was another media agency that also interviewed us in this. But it's really, it means a lot to me. One, lights. We want to provide more solar lights to the village of Agana Heights. One, it's solar lights. It's green, it's affordable, and it's very impactful in the community. In strategic areas where the dark areas, you know, I have several friends in the village and also my family. You know, I drive around at night. I drive around at night to see, man, just to visit, just to go at midnight. Sometimes, man, just, you know, boy, what are you doing out here late at night? I said, no, I'm just looking to see where the dark pockets are at. And, you know, because street lights are expensive, right? So street lights that are there already are paid for by the government and paid also by the street light fund that we have. So that's going to be impactful. Two is cameras. I want to invest in cameras. I've been already working with the business community who are excited to invest in the village. We know that the government of Guam is not a bottomless pit financially, and the mayor's office and the municipals, they get a certain budget. But there's a way to think outside the box and also to work with the business community to come inside and invest in the community, because they're also going to benefit from it. Because Agana Heights, we've seen them use the village in so many ways, even as the gymnasium and the baseball field. So the cameras we want to purchase, you know, Nestor, you're going to be living in Agana Heights. Nestor's going to take an oath as part of the neighborhood watch. Your cameras are going to go in your house in strategic areas, mind you, not every house, strategic areas where they need to go. Nestor Lacanto, yes, you pledge to be part of the neighborhood watch. So then you go down to Paul Austin Street, that's where Nestor lives. There was a crime that happened there. There was a car that was broken into, and God forbid something else that happened. What do? We look at Nestor. Nestor, can you please wear your camera? And we're using your Wi-Fi. We go back, we look at that, and we said, wow, there's an individual. Then we can narrow it in, because we're also we want to be advocates for GPD, because GPD, they're shorthanded as well for officers. We know that they're trying to really build up their officers to come for to help with the island-wide. So let's help them out. Let's be an advocate. As our job as a mayor, our job for mayor is to help these individuals, make it easier for them, so we can do our part in the village. So when they come in, we already are setting the foundation. Now, three is action. Action is
Okay.
the neighborhood watch.
Yeah,
Neighborhood watch. Real quick, neighborhood watch. We're going to invest in cars. The business community, talk to them as well. Roam the village, and have at least one or two cars doing hourly checks with a schedule.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more discussion with Rich Arroyo and John McDonald III. Please stay with us, everybody. Welcome back, everyone. We are continuing our conversation with Agana Heights mayor candidates, Rich Arroyo and John McDonald III. And John, let me go back to you. Give me your second big challenge that's facing the village and how you would address it.
Well, you know, our Manomcos. Manomco is the biggest thing, you know. They're right now, our senior center's not open. It hasn't been open for years, you know. So, you know, when I'm going around, they're saying, you know, that's what they want. They want to bring back the bingo and all that. So that's what I'm going to be bringing back. You know, looking into everything that we can, fund a van for them. You know, there's so many ways, Nestor, that we can get a van for these guys. We don't need to we can pass the red tape and fundraise with our own sports facilities that we have, you know. for the Manomcos, at least 2 vans. So when they need to go to their appointment, we pick them up. Take them around the village, different villages, have a picnic, once a week. And then once a month, have dinner at somewhere that they love, pay for it, all coming out of our, our own facility funds.
Yeah.
So that's the next thing I'm going to be doing.
How would you go about specifically reopening a senior center for Agana Heights?
I'm gonna look because we have a lot of seniors. So I'm gonna look into it, look at for programs with public health, because right now all our seniors are pretty much at Sinania, so they want to come back to the Ville. We even have a senior center, but it's not used for the Manumcos. It's used for something else.
Okay.
Nobody knows what it's used for. It's always closed at night, but certain nights it's open. For what? Those are things I'm gonna look into. That's why I'm saying transparency is the biggest thing for me. If you look at my signs right now, it has transparency on it. Don't give empty promises to these people. My village, deliver the results. That's what we need. Stop the empty promises.
Okay. Rich, what's your second challenge that you think the village is facing, and how would you address it specifically?
Well, one, second is the veterans right now, and it's not in any order of what's the priority, but the veterans program is very important to me, and this is my platform. This is my platform that was created. This is the one village, one family, platform, and the concrete is gonna guide us to what we need, what the village needs as a guide. And this is coming from the individuals from the village, from the residents, that when I canvassed them in March, this is what their requests are, their wishes, some concerns, but mostly wishes. So this was created through them. This is a one village, one family platform that's going to guide us to our direction that we need. And one of them is also the veterans, like I said, right? So the veterans program we want to help them. They have the CBOC program for the veterans. Sometimes it's very hard for them to get into the CBOC program because, whatever doctor's available, the lines. Now,
CBOC, that's the community-based outreach clinic. Yeah.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, it's the community-based community. So what it is that it helps them, right? So what this program is that is available to the federal funding now is that it's called the Atlas program, accessible telehealth through local workstations. That happens in the village. That can happen in the mayor's office through telemedicine. Like when you go to GMH, you don't see your primary doctor. You're not allowed to have your primary doctor. You have a telemedicine conversation with your doctor. So this program is funded. Individuals like Marlene Revel from Agana Heights was very passionate about that and advocating for the veterans. It's incredible. So this Atlas program comes in. Next to you're a veteran, you come into the mayor's office. There's a place for you guys there. It's allocated. And you have the telemedicine with your doctor talking about your issues. And guess what? There's also another part of that program that allows a nurse to be with you to talk to doctor what's going on, and check that. Because, I did my research. I went out to look at the experts. I'm not the experts. The village, community, the people there are the experts. They're the ones are explaining to me what my job as a mayor, to be mayor, if given the opportunity, God forbid, given the opportunity, is to reach out to these experts in the community. So this is what they're going to tell me. This is what we need to do, and then we got it from there. Because I don't know everything. I'm a conduit to out there into the community to help these individuals. So these programs are available, and we make it available so our veterans in Agana Heights, maybe the last count I can say it's almost 100, give or take. But in any case, they can come to the mayor's office, sit down in front of a computer, and do telehealth in front of them. And it's available for them, and it's funded, the Atlas program. And guess what? My platform that here is Nestor it's so concrete now. Now they see my face in the village for the last few months. Now it's concrete now because my platform is compressed, but it's all over the village and on billboards. That what we're going to do.
Okay, and move on. John, we have time for a third challenge that you think is facing the village, and how would you address it?
Right now we got the third. The third is the roads. Safety is the biggest thing in our village. We got the roads and the lights. Like he mentioned, the lights. There's a lot of lights that are out. People have been asking for lights for years. Nothing has happened. Those are things that we need to fix.
Yeah.
And then our stray dogs and our feral pigs, those are things that we need to get rid of. We have cages that we were provided by agriculture, but we don't know where it is. You know, they use it for the first year, and then everything is just, it's not there anymore. It used to be right there in the front, trying to catch everything. Nothing. Well, you know, and I just heard a few weeks ago that now they're starting back, trying to catch all the stray dogs in our ville. So, you know, right now we don't really see any, you know, really any cages right now, but they're saying they're using it, but we haven't seen any. So those are the biggest things I'm going to be doing when I get into mayor, is the street lights, the roads, and the stray dogs and feral pigs.
Stray dogs and feral pigs, yeah, okay. Rich, one more challenge that the village is facing?
Well, you know, I always, you know, I believe that Manamco also are, as well, are a very important part of our culture and who we are as an upbringing, right? So, you know, what we need to do is we need to you know, we have to invigorate the culture there for the Manamco. You know, give them something to do. The office is open. I've seen it. It's used for the Manamco as well, for the senior center. Maybe there's no bingo. Maybe there's reasons behind it why there's no bingo. We can visit that. But bingo's not going to be the one that's gonna keep these guys. That's going to keep them, you know, going and continue to help them. You know. So what I want to do is that we're going to also provide cosmetology for them, make them feel good. Come down to the mayor's office. I talked to the individuals to handle the cosmetology school out of Guam Community College and these different agencies that I have networking with and friends. They want to come down and cut hair, do their nails, and make them feel good. You know, that's the Manamco way, the thing the Agana Heights would want to do. They come down, make them feel good, and that's the thing, you know, and it'll just keep tailoring itself as it goes along, you know. And me being an advocate, it's also part of my platform here, and it's there. Like, you know, Mr. McDonald said, you know, the feral pigs and stray dogs, but there's things behind that. The feral pigs, one, they're saying, hey, you know, you can shoot feral pigs. Well, feral pigs cannot be shot within 150 feet of a house. That's by law. Yeah. So they'll be caught, you know, and they're coming down because we have wetlands there. Those will be addressed through the USDA and also Department of Agriculture. And real quick, Nestor, the stray dog issue. Mayor McDonald went in 2018 and 2019. They brought about 14 dogs. Issue is right now is where to give the dogs to. We want to be an advocate for GAIN. GAIN is our main hub. Robert Hoffman says, give us the money and we'll be advocates for
Okay,
GAIN.
Rich, you got to cut you off because we only got a couple of minutes left.
I have a lot to say, Ness.
You got a minute to give your concluding arguments, and then we'll go to John for his. So you can look at the camera if you'd like, and got about a minute to tell the people of Agana Heights why they should vote for you.
Thank you, Nestor. And I'll just, you know, it's not an argument, but it is something that we just are passionate about. Hafide Agana Heights, my name is Richard Arroyo. When I asked you for your vote, I asked you for your faith and trust in me. I asked you to open your mind and understand who's qualified to be the mayor of Agana Heights, who has the networking, the know-how to go and bring the monies into the village. I have that networking. I have the relationships with the business community. I have the relationships with the governors. Even the mayor's council, I have good relationships with them, working relationships. I have a lot of relationships also with the mayors, sitting mayors right now. And the most important thing, I have a really good relationship with my brother, Robert Hoffman, our neighbor, Sinahanya mayor, who's doing a wonderful job. And we want to mirror each other because we have that same vision that we want to do for Agana Heights. You know, we are one village, one family.
All right,
At the end of the day,
I'm gonna have to wrap you up right now. Only
this
got
is
a
your
minute.
platform. One village, one family. Please vote Richard Arroyo. November 5th, early voting started today. Thank you.
All right.
Viva.
And John, your final closing arguments. Got about a minute as well.
Hafide Agana Heights. I'm John Francis McDonald. I don't talk that much. I do the work. We got to stop this empty promises and deliver results. So many years we've been promised so many things, and things haven't been done. As your mayor, it will be done. If you know who I am, I don't talk that much. I do work. All right? So please vote John McDonald on November 5th. You know that I will do the work. And yes, I do have a lot of network with mayors and vice mayors. So please vote John McDonald for Agana Heights mayor. Born and raised. We need a new vision for a better outcome. Thank you.
All right. John McDonald III, Richard Arroyo, thank you very much for joining us today. And people of Agana Heights, these are your mayoral candidates. I'm Nestor Lecanto. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all again next time.
Thank you.